Once, in the warm lands of Alabama in the United States, a little girl named Helen Keller was born on June 27, 1880. She was a bright and healthy child, full of laughter. Her parents, proud and joyful, cherished their lovely baby. But when Helen was 19 months old, a sudden and fierce fever came upon her. This fever, which doctors thought might be scarlet fever or meningitis, left Helen in a world of silence and darkness, as it took away her sight and hearing. Imagine being a tiny child who could see and hear, then suddenly, everything went away. No more playing with colors or hearing sweet lullabies. This change made little Helen very sad and confused. Unable to express her feelings or needs, Helen would throw tantrums like a tempestuous little whirlwind, leading some to think of her as a little wild animal. When Helen was 6 years old, something magical happened. Her parents knew she needed a special guide, a teacher who could help her find her way back to the world. They found in Sullivan, a young lady who had struggled with her own vision problems. Ann's first step was to gently, but firmly, guide Helen's behavior, then teach her to communicate using fingerspelling. This meant tracing letters on Helen's palm, starting with simple words like doll, using a small toy to connect the idea of the object with the letters in her hand. At first, Helen didn't grasp the concept, but Ann was patient. Then one sunny day, Ann took Helen to a water pot. She poured the fresh, cooling water over Helen's hand while spelling W-A-T-R on her palm. Suddenly, like a lightning bolt, Helen understood. She realized that these symbols represented the streaming water on her hand. It was like discovering a hidden door to a new world. Excited, Helen started learning rapidly, eager to know the names of everything around her. With her new way of communicating, Helen's thirst for knowledge grew like a sunflower reaching for the sun. She mastered Braille, learned to type, and even began speaking by feeling the lips of others to understand words. Helen attended the Perkins School for the Blind for her formal education and continued to learn at the Wright Humason School for the Deaf. She was unstoppable. In 1900, she bravely entered Radcliffe College, where she became the first deaf-blind person to earn a college degree in 1904. Graduating was just the beginning. Helen became a champion for people with disabilities, climbing mountains of challenges to advocate for their rights. Her voice, though silent, was loud and clear in her writing and speaking engagements. Her book, The Story of My Life, became a beacon of hope for many. Helen Keller wasn't just a student and a writer. She was a traveler who journeyed to more than 39 countries, spreading her message of hope for blind and deaf communities. She was also a political activist, backing women's rights and social justice. The world recognized her achievements and showered her with honors like the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1964, the highest civilian honor in the USA. Even though Helen stepped into eternity on June 1st, 1968, her legacy glows like the brightest star in the night sky. Her story is a shining example of how someone can turn obstacles into opportunities, becoming a symbol of resilience and determination. Helen Keller taught us that with willpower, miracles are possible. Education, she showed, is a path to freedom. Her bond with and Sullivan highlighted the importance of support and kindness.